What's up, Wolf Dogs? Today, this is my first time I'm doing a podcast. It's called Sound of the Wolf. Anyways, Alan Milton. This is my favorite first podcast. And I'm gonna talk about Super Noobs, Atomic Puppet, The Loud House, Rick and Morty, Danny Fenton, and Milo Murphy. And don't forget, Fang Bone. Super Noobs was aired on November 2nd, 2015. And it was aired in the U.S. since December 7, 2015. It got canceled by December 2016, which is only happens on YouTube, which is 52 episodes, including a Halloween special. Scott Fellows created the show after Johnny Test sent it Christmas Day. Before he made Super News, Johnny Test was, well, I gotta say, Rick cracks with sound effect. Johnny Test began to air on September 17, 2005 on Kids WB channel. I know I gotta say that I watched Johnny Test for a really long time. So, all the time. Like all the time. And I mentioned, James Arnold Taylor said, quote, that Johnny Test needed a season 7 because Scott Fellows needed a show. I prefer you notice. You might recognize that he made Nessie Classified School Survival Guide, Big Time Rush, 100 Things to Tell High School, and finally Super News. Because Scott Fellows created a Nickelodeon reality shows. But he also worked on The Very Odd Parents. He wrote some episodes. He started at Nickelodeon. And then he made 2 movies. Big Time Movie and 100 Things to Tell High School. The list goes on and on and on and on. But at this point, Johnny Test was convinced about the season 2. Before he has Flash. In season 1, it only had hand-drawn animation. However, Super News is keep on going on Flash animation because it's produced by DXS Media and Teletoon in Canada. But it's aired on Cartoon Network in America. But it's only aired on YouTube in Teletoon in Canada. Well, that's about that. Now let's talk about Atomic Puppet. And by the way, check out Girl vs. Aliens and Johnny Test crossover. You might watch it, but you should check it out. Anyways, let's get back to this. Atomic Puppet was aired on Disney XD in America, but in Canada it aired on Teletoon in September. But it canceled since January or February or something like that. Because I miss it. I hope in season 2 will come soon. Anyway, Atomic Puppet is a story by Captain Atomic who transformed into a puppet. He is the end of he found himself a 12-year-old boy named Joey Felt. And then he got powered up and say, "It's atomic time!" Huh. I can say that line really quick. Let me try this. It's atomic time! Ha! I mentioned I can do this all day. Something like that I have heard. I love Atomic Puppet, but it will come on in season 2 soon. Okay, Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty is started on December 2013 on Adult Swim. I watched Rick and Morty season 1, season 2, and season 3, but hopefully it come on in season 4 soon. You know, in the beginning of this episode, which is season 3. Rick and Morty, he going to travel back in time inside Rick's. No, wait, scratch that. Rick wanted the Szechuan sauce, which is McDonald's. Well, I can say Rick is crazy with the Szechuan sauce at McDonald's because that's a Disney's Mulan. Back in 1998, I never tried Szechuan sauce, but they always do. They always will They always do. Because Rick wasn't in jail. He's trying to kill his family soon. I figured it's just a good way to do. Saturday Rick's Stand By Me references, and even Szechuan sauce, and even TV parody commercials. Anyway, back in 2010, Justin Roiland, who voiced the Oscars at Fish Hooks and Lemon Grab from Adventure Time. And speaking of which, I can do Lemon Grab. Watch. Unacceptable! Man, if Justin Roiland will be here, I'll be including be about nothing. Anyway, Justin Roiland also do a voice like Blended from Gravity Falls. Man, I sure know I can arrange that. Anyway, Justin Roiland's do it all. Anyway, Rick and Morty was created by Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland, beginning to air it on Adult Swim channel, which is Cartoon Network. Anyway, let's start with The Loud House. Now let's talk about The Loud House. The Loud House was aired in May 2nd, 2016, which is Nickelodeon, which is last year, but it came out fine. Ever since Christopher got suspended, he's sorry about the Nickelodeon for sexual humor. However, new episodes coming up. There's a new one soon called Legends of Timbo, which is a Loud House crossover event, which is Harry Dangerous guest starring Jace Norton doing the voice of it. I watched Harry Dangerous really convincing, but I watched the crossover, which is the Thundermans. Good enough to be ground. Anyway, I watch The Loud House and Harry Dangerous every day on Nick. I watch the new episodes of Loud House. I watch all the Canadian shows in his world. Because Kyle Marshall started aboard this episode before he made his white TV show, Free Amiga Knots. I watched that show for personally times, so I figure it's just a good expression. And exceptional. I don't know how to say this, but Christopher got suspended for sexual humor. So, anyway, I draw Lucy Loud from the Loud House since October 31st, which is Halloween. But Halloween is still over, personally, right? This is November. And, by the way, the Loud House will be coming back this November, only on Nickelodeon. Now, Danny Fenton. I watched Danny Fenton ever since, well, I was little. I can't admit it. Danny Fenton began airing on April 3rd, 2004, which is Kids' Choice Awards 2004. I love the year 2004. Before I made this show, Butch created this show after the Very Odd Parents. Before he made Tough Puppy, Bustin' is a Beast, he also worked on Cartoon Network shows like Dexter's Laboratory and Johnny Bravo, which is also that Seth MacFarlane created a show called Zoomates. It's kind of amazing. But, however, Butch was doing the crossover of Very Odd Parents, Danny Fenton, Tough Puppy, and Bustin' is a Beast, starting on Nickelodeon beginning in February. I know Bustin' is a Beast really out there, since, I don't know, I watched the Halloween special. I could have eventually. I know you're watching this, and Butch, I know you're watching this. Please bring back Danny Fenton. I'm going ghost! I love to sing the Danny Fenton song. Well, Viacom will get me a copyright. Anyway, we already talked about Super Noobs, Atomic Puppet, The Loud House, Rick and Morty, and now this. Anyway, we're still talking about Milo Murphy's Law. Now, Milo Murphy's Law began airing on October 3rd, 2016, who voiced by Yankovic as Milo Murphy. I know Milo Murphy's Law and Phineas and Ferb crossover is on Disney XD coming in 2018, featuring the cast of Phineas and Ferb returning and Milo Murphy's Law combined. Did I say combined? I meant together. So weird. Danny Fenton decided to create a crossover. I see the end of Funky's Among Us because Dr. Doomsmer is in the cameo. It is a piece of the gun trap, which is Dakota candidate Milo Murphy and an Orton guy. I gotta do a pressure on Milo. Diogi, go home! Silly dog. He's not supposed to be in a podcast. I am no here, kid. Here, still Milo Murphy. Who are you? I'm Rainbow, the Scorpion Warrior. Actually, he's here. I'm Bill. No, he go home. Silly dog. He's not supposed to be in the podcast. Guys, I'm trying to do the podcast, so can you leave? Oh, sure thing. All the Canadian shows are so bad. Super News and Johnny Test are the same thing. Well, the worst, but good. But the Lottos, I don't know what we have to do with that. But still good. But Rick and Morty, terrible. I know Rick wants a Szechuan sauce for the 9 seasons. And Danny Fenton's coming back for more for 2018. And Milo Murphy's Law and Phineas and Ferb crossover coming in 2018. As for her Super News and Tom and Puppet and Rainbow, however, they're getting season 2 coming in 2018 next year. Rainbow is about travel through a magical portal. A young barbarian warrior, Rainbow, ends up a third class in the suburb. Yeah. He must prevent a venomous joy and evil soldier from the beginning of reunite his big toe. To help in the event, this is a warrior teams up with Bill, a boy whose weirdness and his weapon, to battle jewel monsters, henchmen, and other bad guys who want to encourage the toe to be used by evil powers. Anyway, Michael created this show before he made the book. It's aired on Family Charged in Canada. It's better aired on Disney XD in America. However, Rainbow get his season 2 soon. Personally, I don't know why. Hate it prefers to be that. Anyway, I watched Rainbow all 25 episodes. I hope season 2 will come soon. Watch out! Okay, let's talk about Tyler. Tyler is a reader of Super News. He's a quick thinker, always makes sure his friends are working as a team. He has his time social awkward, but he doesn't let that bother him. Tyler is always finding his way for him and his team to become the best warriors they can be. Now, Tyler was voiced by Matt Hill. You might recognize it as Ed and Eddie, the Monster Buster Club, My Little Pony, Francis Magic, Being Ian, and Stormhawks. Tyler's blue battle ball has his 9 senses, including teleportation. You know, he can read his mind by himself. He's been practicing about his battle ball because his powers, but his weaknesses, his powers are often in nature because for this is really a weapony. There's especially the blaster, the willpower of flesh, and the fatness as the leader of a team. Sometimes Tyler needs to get away from more. He needs to teleport anything, including he can teleport ice cream trucks. Because Tyler had a crush on Amy Anderson. I see her. First I saw the episode when Tyler put on his battle suit. including recently the deep voice and that. I get to say this. Disaster. Well, because of that, Tyler was chased by angry bears. Lots of angry bears. Just like an episode 2 was my noob. And personally, he made a friend with a polar bear. I know I can't understand that. Wait! Polar bears can't be friends. Polar bears can not be friends. I don't understand that for polar bears. I know the Nirvana logo has a polar bear in it. Not a good sign. You'll think this crowded, then think again. The Loud House. Things about to get crowded. Loud House hauled with 11 children, 10 girls and 1 boy, causing craziness in the house. As the only boy, 11-year-old Lincoln is in the middle of the chaos. Whenever his sisters are getting him a wanted makeover, or he's raising them to the couch, they're getting in control of the TV. Lincoln is often getting involved in antics his siblings. Lincoln's best friend Clyde, who happens to be an only child. And then Clyde got a nosebleed because of a Lori's situation. He gets his nosebleeds a lot. Not to mention his dad's. Well, Wayne Brady and Michael McDonald doing the voice after overnight success. Okay, Lincoln Round was voiced by Grant Palmer before his puberty after season 1. In season 2, Colin Dean was taken over. Colin Dean. You might recognize Over the Garden Wall on Cartoon Network. However, Colin Dean was working on American Dad and the stuff, including all the stores go list and on doing the voice by it. Not to mention, I saw the episode really got a great part. I saw season 1 episode 1 the boy. Colin Dean was doing the voice by Lincoln Loud. Not to mention Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle characters Seth Green, Sean Astin, Rob Paulson, and Grace Sipes, who were doing the voice by 4 brothers of gender bender: Loki, Lonnie, Luke, and Lane. Not to mention the boys are crazy. I saw that episode, and I saw Lincoln turn into a girl at the end. I know Lincoln wishes had his 10 brothers, but you get the suggesting. And I watched the Halloween special called Trick after Chris Savino got suspended for sexual humor at Nickelodeon Animation Studios. But in that case, it aired on November on Nickelodeon soon. Special guest Henry Danger's Jace Norman. Now, Jace Norman was playing Henry Danger. You might recognize him as Flunky for Thundermans and Disney's Jessie. And you might recognize him as Spleniano, Rufus 2, and list goes on and on, raised into the ground. Atomic Puppet. Great show, but interesting name. Superhero Captain Atomic suffers a setback after shaking hands with Joey Felt. A 12-year-old fan had disgruntled sidekick transformed into a powerless puppet. The suddenly not-so-superhero realized that the only way that it can regret his former powers to team up with the boy, which is a dream come true for Joey, but not so much a Captain Atomic. Together, the two form a likely heroes and unlikely partnership that always them to becoming the city's new superhero duo as the Atomic Puppet. Atomic Puppet. Do you approve? No, your show is cancelled, AP. He's right, AP. I You agree with that? Anyways, Atomic Puppet is aired on July 18, 2016, which is last year. I watched Atomic Puppet really great formerly. Now I wish Eric Balzo will return the show for season 2. Thank you for watching the Sound of the Wolf podcast, and I'm sure you guys will love it. Put a comment below, and we want you guys to put season 2 on the comment below. Enjoy! Now all 7 shows will be returning in 2018, especially Milo Murphy's crossover, 3 Canadian shows needed season 2, Danny Fenton will return, and Rick and Morty for season 4, and The Lighthouse, well, I'm guessing new episodes coming in November. So all those Canadian shows might have been ended, such as Garage Band, Catholic Bottom, and even all of the Canadian shows. Not to mention Super News, Atomic Puppet, Bang Bone getting season 2 soon. Anyways, let's see this for Chuck's Choice. Also ended in the ground. This is 2 Marty, Freaktown, which is Dunburger, Sir Dudley Ding Dong, which is Mexicans, didn't end it in the ground. And by anyone else, Hotel Transylvania, the series, the Zoos, and even lots of Canadian stuff. I mean Canadian shows, that is. Okay, let's talk about Chris Savino. Chris Savino got suspended for sexual humor. And by that, before he made The Loud House, he worked on Cartoon Network's Dexter's Laboratory, The Powerpuff Girls, and Fought to Soul for Imaginary Friends. He worked on every show there is. For Pause. In 2013, he made a pilot for Nickelodeon's animation magazine, which is the first pilot of The Loud House. Lincoln was voiced by Sean Ryan Fox, which is Henry Danger. He had his voice changed, but in the current series, in season 1's Grandpa was taken over. Before he hits puberty, you might recognize him as Little Rascals. And by the way, cartoon crossover, help wanted. Make sure you put a comment below and I'll make crossovers. Leave a comment below on what crossover you want, such as Johnny Test, Kentley Bottom, Super News, Garage Band, Kid vs. Cat, Atomic Puppet, Pen Zero Part-Time Hero, Star vs. the Forces of Evil, The Lighthouse, Gravity Falls, Bang Bone, Ben 10 Omniverse, Atomic Betty, Sidekick, Loop, Rick and Morty, Chuck's Choice, and Milo Murphy's Law. On Chapter 4X, Omniverse and The Lighthouse crossover. Let's see what the Loud family would react to over 1,000 aliens. How much aliens Ben has. Well, the Lighthouse and Omniverse will do a great crossover, but okay. Ben 10 was aired beginning in December 27, 2005 on Cartoon Network. It was created by Men in Action. You might recognize them as Jerry Rex, Big Hero 6, Yelter Spider-Man, and Zack Storm. Every Saturday and Sunday morning, Zack Storm weekends at 8 or 9, only on Discovery Family. As for Big Hero 6, Big Hero 6 needed a series. It's coming on Monday, November 6th, before Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Or after. Before. Well, I guess we're about to find out. Now remember, put a comment below you wanted Super News, The Atomic Puppet, Bone, Rick and Morty, The Law House, Danny Fenton, and Milo Murphy's Law. Including the Canadian shows needed a season 3. Season 2. Man, I just messed up. And leave a comment that you want a crossover. Stay wolfy. See you next time.